was that? Oh no. Okay, here's the deal. So I noticed a plastic bag on this bush by my tree, but it's trash day, so I figure it blew out of a trash can, no big deal. I go to pick it up, and what the hell is this? It turns out it's not an empty bag, but it looks like it's a bag of dog doo. I didn't do any testing, and really didn't want to sniff it, but what else could it be? Chocolate? And there's more. At least 10 bags around my tree. There seems to be a pattern here, so I went to the store and bought a security camera and recorder to find out who's dropping off this crap. I had my suspicions, but I needed to confirm it. Well, I set up the camera, but I didn't want to look, so almost a month goes by. I can see that the collection around my tree is growing daily. Finally, I start to review the recording, and on day one, bingo, I get a hit. Then it goes on and on and on. So, the problem is, now what do? How's this for nerve? He sees me working outside, so Dr. Dogdoo skips his regular stop, but he still makes his drop. And here I am with my back turned on this creep. I let it go on for a few days while I figured out how to proceed. I had some pretty good ideas and some suggestions from my daughters, and if my balls were as big as my heart, I'd have put another camera in the drop spot, so when he checks his inventory, he'd see a camera and a big sign saying, "Smile, you're on Candid Camera." But this guy's obviously unbalanced, and I didn't want to push him over the edge, especially to violence against me or my family, or even to himself.
Let's try it.
Hey, look up here! No, up here! Up here! Peekaboo! It may look like nobody's home, but we're watching you, Doc. What kind of nut drops canine fecal matter in his neighbor's yard day after day?
You're catching on.
Oh, here comes a car. Hey, neighbor. Good to see you. Just trying to be friendly. Now, I saw him there. I know what's going on, and I still can't bear to go upstairs and look at this recording to confirm it. You know, there's only so many pet owners on the street. What happens after he's exposed? Does he plan to come by, scoop it all up, and start again? He's addicted to dropping off these poops. What else could it be? Now, I know you have to take a little crap from your neighbors, but this is ridiculous. Oops, you missed. Now, if he was this careful in the first place, I wouldn't have found that one, and I might not have caught him until the pile was 3 feet high. I'm sure there were days I missed a drop because I'm reviewing about an hour a minute, so it's easy to miss the delivery if I glance away. What does he do when he doesn't drop it at my house? Is he sprinkling packages all over the neighborhood? Now this is the last straw. He walks up to my house from the other way, which proves that my house was his destination and not simply a convenient drop spot along his way home. I called the community head of security and told him I had a little video I thought he'd like to see. He was quite eager to see it, so I dropped by, and needless to say, he was pretty amazed. Well, security got in touch with him the next day, told him I'd caught him on camera, and he said he was really embarrassed. Duh. They wrote him 3 citations, one for improper pet waste disposal, one for leash law violations, and one for littering. They also made him come back and pick up his droppings. He asked him to mail a citation to his office, presumably because his wife would kill him if she found out how stupid he really was. They also asked him if he had anything against us, and he said no. I wonder what he would do if he was pissed off at us. I was waiting for an apology like, "I'm sorry I mistook your house for a toilet every effing day." I thought maybe bake me some brownies or something. Give me some Tootsie Rolls or Baby Ruth, maybe some chocolate-covered bananas. I don't know. So, I decided to have a little fun at his expense and post this video. Since his house was for sale, I was courteous enough to wait a year until he moved out, so as not to heap more misery on this poor, sick pup. And you know which end of the leash the sick pup is on. Here's security making sure everything's been picked up. It's been uncomfortable for the past year driving past this knucklehead out walking his dog, so I'm really glad he finally sold his house and he's out of here. Good riddance.